Hey everyone, Tapdog here with Little Alchemist Helper, and today I am once again updating my rankings video. The gold combo card one, you guys said that it was great, but now you want to see Onyx, which of course you want to see Onyx. I've also always asked about silver and bronze cards. I'm sure there's been some slight changes there with those cards. Maybe Golem might have got a little bit better, but I don't think there's been enough combo density change there to really make any drastic changes to those. So I'm not going to update those at this time. I think what I said previously is pretty much true for them today. But for the Onyx cards here, there's actually a significant change for quite a few of these rankings, and it's a twofold reason why. First, when I did my Onyx card rankings previously, I put a very heavy emphasis on combo stats that were 70 plus because that is important, but I think I put it a little bit too high. I think my weighting for 70 plus total stats was like 25 times more of a score than normal, I guess you could say. I've changed that down, I dropped it down to 2x. So because of that, most of those cards have seen a drop in value. So you will notice that there's a couple that had significant drop-offs, like Bear, and that was because it makes a lot of strong combos, but it doesn't make a lot of combos. So just keep that in mind. Second, we've gotten a lot of stronger Onyx cards recently, gold combo cards that are really powerhouses. And so because of that, they've kind of made a significant jump in score versus all the other ones. And so cards necessarily like, I'll give you an example. Spirit Onyx was a 5-star in my previous rankings, and it's dropped down. And it's not that Spirit's any weaker. They didn't reduce the combos that it makes. It's just that these other cards are so much stronger that I needed to justify and explain the differences in these rankings. So with that being said, let's jump into how I actually made my rankings. So here's my rankings determined by sheet. It's very similar to the gold one. There's just two minor changes. First, I don't look at total combos made because every combo that an Onyx card makes is going to be at least a diamond. And if it's comboing with another Onyx card, it obviously makes an Onyx combo. So because of that, I took out the total combos as a point here and instead just put number of diamond combos. So on the gold one, I had both of those as an option just to kind of show the difference of combos in total to give you breadth, and then diamond combos to give you the depth. So because these are all diamond combos, it's just looking at how many combos it makes in essence, divided by 127, which is the total number of cards in game that you can combo with. And then similarly, number of diamond combos with a 65 plus stats, and then it's divided by 127, and then it's multiplied by 2. So again, just valuing the strongest cards are going to be 65 or 66 for a diamond combo. So those are the cream of the crop for combos it can make without comboing with another Onyx card. Then we jump down into the Onyx category, and I have 3 rankings here. First, number of combos it can make with another Onyx card divided by 62 because there's 62 Onyx cards in the game right now. And then next is the number of Onyx combos that it can make with 65 plus stats divided by 62 because that's the number, that total in there, and then multiplied by 2. So again, there are some combos that can be made below 65 for an Onyx combo. It's somewhat rare. I think the lowest you can get is around a 50, I want to say a 58. So somewhere around there might be a little bit 1 or 2 plus or minus from there. But those are just really bad combos. It's usually a combo result that is a combo card, and that's why it's so low. But there are some cards in game 2 that just make poor combos, like a lot of Bats combos. So this gets rid of all of those and just helps all the other cards that actually have decent combos. And then the one that really helps stand out, the cream of the crop, are the last one here, the number of Onyx combos with 70 plus stats divided by 62 and then multiplied by 2. Again, with Onyx combos, your best is going to be a 73, and that's with making the Hydrobot. 3934 is what that is. Most are going to be 71 or 70 outside of Hydrobot. So with that being said, let's jump into this. We're going to go through the rankings, and I'll let you know, like I said, most of the cards had a drop, but there were a couple that did get upgrades if they improved since the last time I reviewed these. So I'll mention that as well. But we'll start with the by itself now. Bat. Sun used to be here with it at the half-star mark, but now Bat is all by its lonesome. We've been talking about Bat a lot in Discord, and I think the things that are really going to help it is if you can fix the combos for Super Bat and for Dracula. Those are probably a good quarter, if not half, of the combos that Bat makes, and they're really, really bad as both Diamond combos and Onyx combos. So if they were to buff the stats for those, this could be a solid 2 or 3 star card instead of being a half star. And it's so far down, far away from everything else. Just to give you an example, its total score, which I know is not really helps you too much, but its total score is a 2.08. The next closest card is a 2.41. So it's even though it's only a 0.3 whatever 33 change, you have to understand that the highest ranked card is a 4.99. So all the rest of the cards are fairly tightly compact between 2.41 and 4.99, but this is just such an outlier at 2.08 because it's just a bad card and it has really bad combos. So anywho, that is poor Bat. Let's step it up to the 1 stars here. These are cards that usually just have a low quality combo count or low quality combos. So we've got on the highest scoring one is Water Serpent, then Holy Water, Sun, and Trident is this list here. Going on to our 1.5s, this is a very crowded field, but let me see if I got this right. Here we go. It's going to be Radiation first, and then Poison, Hammer, Death, Wolf, Horse, Ash, Snake, Fairy, and Angel are our 1.5 stars. I didn't mention it for the 1 stars, but Sun was the only one that had a change there. It went from half a star to a 1 star. I think it got a couple of backfills recently, but primarily it's just the backfills that helped it out there. In the 1.5 ranking section, ones that got bumped up would be Death and Horse. They, I don't know if they just got some love or just how the rankings ended up changing. They were improved. But the ones that got reduced in scores is Radiation, which is at the top of this list, so it might have just barely missed the cutoff there. And then Wolf and Fairy. But the biggest loser here is Hammer, because it had a lot of high attacking 70-plus combos that unfortunately got reduced in score value here, so that's why it had a huge drop. It went from 2.5 stars to 1.5 stars. Continuing on, next we have the 2 stars here. Now in the 2-star category, it starts with Rainbow as the highest scoring, and then we go down to Dragon, Undead, Elf, Tree, Werewolf, and Vampire. The ones that went up in score are Vampire and Tree. They were both 1.5 stars before. And then the one that went down in value is Elf Onyx here. That used to be 2.5 stars, and now it's down to 2. Again, another example of a card that had a lot of 70, 71 total stat cards, and because of the reduction in the value there, it had a negative decline. Over in our 2.5 scores here, we've got at the top Wings, then Earth, Human, Demon, Fire, and Time. Both Human, Demon, and also Fire all went up from 2 to 2.5. And then Wings just barely missed the cutoff there for 3, and it dropped down from 3 to 2.5. Just a reminder, the scorings here don't indicate if the card would be good or bad in your deck. This is just telling you overall that the best flexibility, a card that's higher up in the rankings is going to be usable in more decks and just have more flexibility. Obviously, it will be a little bit stronger as we get up to higher because it's going to have more combos and more high quality combos. But just because a card is ranked lower here doesn't mean it won't be in your deck. So just that's my reminder caveat to you. All right, going up to 3 stars, and this is a good example because quite a few of these are in my arena deck, and they perform very admirably. On the top here is Golem, then there's Life, Bear, Water, Wind, I want to say Heart, Go Planet, Energy, Magic, Prehistoric, and Chinchilla. The big winner here is Golem Onyx, which used to be a 2.5, and it's gone up to a 3. It got a little bit of backfill love in the last 6 months, and so that's why it has increased in value. Quite a few of these have dropped in value, though. Life Onyx and Energy Onyx dropped down from 3.5 to 3. Wind Onyx and Prehistoric Onyx dropped from 4 to 3, so a 1-point drop. And then the big loser here, I mentioned it earlier, I think, was Bear, which went from a 4.5 star down to a 3 star. And again, it's because I've devalued the 70 total score, and it just has so few diamond combos that it really hurts it from being able to stand out. So it's a really strong card, but it's not very flexible. It can't be used in every deck because it doesn't make as many combos as you'd like to see. All right, we're going to move on up to the 3.5 stars. And it starts with Sword here. That's the top scoring card from this pack. Then there's Science, Insect, Metal, Knowledge, Wizard, Void, and finally Monster. The cards that got the benefit here would be Wizard and Void, which used to be 3 star, and now they're up to 3.5 star. And then the ones that saw a decline would be Sword, Science, and Metal, which were in 4 star, now they're down to 3.5 star. Sword, actually none of them are really close to the border anymore. And then Insect saw another steepest decline here from 4.5 down to 3.5. And again, it's just a little bit of lack of combos. It actually has 108 combos, but all the rest in this little category have 113 plus, I believe. So it's just a little bit low on the combos. And then the other thing that hurts it is number of diamond combos that are 65 plus. It only has 14. The thing that helps it is the number of Onyx combos it has that are 70 plus at 9. So, anywho, that is the 3.5s. Let's jump up to the 4. A lot of these were previously 5 stars that have been dropped down. All right, so at the top of this list is Sci-Fi here. Then we've got Leader, Toy, Spirit, Superhero, Space, Knight, Villain, and Fairy Tale. The only card that's actually here from previously is Knight Onyx. All the rest of these have dropped down. Toy, Superhero, Space, and Villain were all 4.5 stars, and they dropped down to 4. And then Sci-Fi, Leader, is that Spirit? Yeah, Spirit and Fairy Tale were 5 star, and they've been dropped down to 4 star. Again, I think for Fairy Tale, I had plugged it in previously, and it just was a 5-star card based on my previous rankings, but now that I've updated these rankings, it's dropped down significantly because it doesn't have too many... it has a lot of diamond combos that are 65 plus, but it's just kind of average for the Onyx combos. So it got hurt from that reduction there. But yeah, that is our 4 stars. Going on to our 4.5 stars, the only one that's staying here from previous is Food. All the rest of these were drop downs from the 5-star category, but we've got Madness at the top of this list. Then we've got Love, Strength, Food, and Sweets. Again, all of these were previously 5 stars that have dropped down, and primarily it's just because of how much higher up the 5-star cards are. There had to be a cutoff. But just to give you an example, Madness, its score was a 4.68. The top 3 are 4.99, 4.97, and 4.72. So Chosen One, which is in the 5 stars, is just barely makes it into the 5 stars, and Madness just barely makes it into the 4.5. So they're very, very close to each other. And Love is actually a 4.68 as well. So all 3 of those are fairly close, within 0.04 of a score of each other. But with how the rankings got separated, those 2 just barely missed the cutoff, and they're down here below, whereas the Chosen One made it to the top. But speaking of, let's talk about those top 3. And this is the 5 stars here. At the very top, Invention with a 4.99. Then Holidays, the Onyx version here is a 4.97. And then the Chosen one that we talked about earlier is a 4.72. The things that help Invention out is how many combos it has, 121. Holidays has 115. Chosen one has 111. So obviously that's what helps it stand out just a little bit more from the other two. In terms of diamond combos that they make, Holidays is actually the winner there with 38 that are 65 plus. Chosen one has 34. Invention has 33. Just to give you the average there, the average is 20. So those are way above average. Now, in terms of Onyx combos, again, Invention wins. It has 60 of the 62. Holidays has 59, and Chosen one has 53, and that's kind of what helps it drop off versus the other ones because it doesn't have all those Onyx combos. Onyx combos that are 65 plus. Again, Invention's the winner there with 59, Holidays with 58, and Chosen one with 53. And then the area that helps bring the Chosen one back, though, is the Onyx combos that it has that are 70 plus. Invention's at 20, Holidays is at 20, but the Chosen one has 23. So, again, if it didn't have that many Onyx combos, it would probably fall down into the 4.5 stars. But because it had so many, it's I think it's actually the winner overall for most Onyx combo 70 plus at 23. The average for that category, just so you know, is 8. So it's 3 times more than the average card there, which is just absurd. Yeah, Madness has 20, Invention and Holidays have 20. The only other card that even comes close is going to be, I think, Spirit with 18. But again, that suffers from just not having enough combos overall and a lack of diamond combos that are strong. So, anywho, that is the list. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And again, just my final reminder for you, just because a card is 1 star or just because a card is 5 star doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be perfect for your deck. Most important thing is to build it around the cards that you have. And if you have a lot of those 2 and 3 star cards, don't kick yourself. You can make a really strong deck with those. Like Vampire and Demon really combo well together. They have a lot of high attacking combos. And that's the other thing. This is looking at the total stat line, the attack and defense. It's not looking at attack focused or defense focused. So obviously your deck might want to have a focus on those things, and so your rankings might be different. This is just looking at the overall stats and what would be kind of like the best flexible card for your deck. But anywho, hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll make some more videos for you guys soon. But with that being said, do take care.